Can you hear me now? Sorry about that. Let me know if the audio is working. Oh, you're good, Andy. Thank you so much for being here. Sorry I had to drop out. I just have a rule. I do not, like, I suppose I could have just paused the stream and I'll work on that later, or like killed my feed. I make a point of not stream. Oh, great. Audio's working. I make a point of not streaming during search and rescue. I just think that's in very poor taste. And I have some stories of some other guys who a little frustrated, but hello everyone. Yeah, it's not showing me, my OBS is really on the fritz right now. It's not showing me how many of you are on there, so I'm just gonna go by chat and vibes and not worry about any of that. Hi Candace, thanks for joining. We're just west of Tucson right now, following now a severe warned storm that had a microburst that we drove through, producing at least 60-mile-an-hour winds, which probably triggered the severe thunderstorm warning, causing washout conditions for far larger cars than my own. A Jeep Wrangler washed out. When I paused the stream, it was a family came up to me and asked me to follow them to do search and rescue. And what I told them is I could only go so far, right? Because I'm driving a Prius. Really good tires on the Prius. But rule number one of search and rescue is don't become a victim yourself. So I followed them, got to the road where I could see ahead of me there were a lot of cars having problems. And so the main reason I went with them instead is because I had the Starlink and I wasn't sure how the cell network was out there for them, and I didn't want anyone to be stranded. So called the sheriff's department. Sheriff's department came, went down the road. They couldn't find the Jeep, and they haven't received any other calls. So assuming everyone got out and everything, but you know, we're out here for the most important reason is to take care of the people. So now I am heading back towards ultimately Phoenix, Tucson. Definitely more torrential rain bursts coming down. Lightning kicking up. And I haven't had a chance really to look at what's going to progress ahead of me. Or like how everything's shaping up on radar compared to models. Just looking right ahead of me. You know, trying to play it safe. But this storm is now severe warned. And now they just issued a flash flood warning. Getting a little bit of hail on the backside as well, if you can hear it. I can see it bouncing on the road. Nothing that's going to threaten, like, my ability to drive, though. Andy, I'm so glad to hear that, by the way, that you're enjoying this. I like being able to show people, like, the beauty of storms, the danger of it, obviously, as well. And I gotta say, with that downburst, I knew I was going to get out just in time, just based on what I was watching on radar. Is like, I also want to demonstrate how quickly situations can deteriorate. So like, when I was off stream, I was talking to, I didn't have the National Weather Service Tucson's number, unfortunately, so I was just telling the Sheriff's Department they need to contact NWS and get a flash flood warning out. I'm sure they did that on their own. I'm sure they got many calls, but I'm glad they did. to drive into Tucson here. This storm has a northeast track. Yikes, right behind me, a strong hail core just formed. If you're following, you know, I think my spotter dot might be off. So I'll reactivate that. Again, I just turn everything off when I do search and rescue. When you can, I try to drive closer to the center of the road. Just safer that way. I am trying to get ahead of... Behind me is extremely strong rain. This is just the entendre. Or not the entendre, the aperitif. Not a crazy amount of lightning on this storm, so hopefully you get a show in a bit. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. You know, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I love sharing my chases with people. I like editing long form videos as well, and also just getting the word, or most of all getting the word out and helping people out. That's all, you know, like all the bells and whistles stop when that happens. And look, just like that, boom, the major rain is over. That's what downbursts are like, or like monsoon rains are like here. So if you're following along, which I think you can see me now on Spotter Network, I'm going to drive into South Tucson, get out of the way of this rain core, and then I'm going to turn around and we'll do a lightning show here. Wow, there's actually... Looks like there's another microburst happening in the south of this storm cell. I don't really want to drive through one of those in the dark, so we're going to get out of its way. Turn around here. There's a definite hail core on this storm. I wouldn't expect it to be large hail. It shows it has a pretty strong updraft to it. Alright, so up ahead, I'm going to turn around. We can let it hit us there. I'm really curious to see what the back of the storm is like. It's a very slow mover. Notice there's a spotter dot just plowing in the middle of. It looks like the rain. Nice lightning in front of us. Looks like the rain shaft weakened a tad. I'm gonna pull into this gas station on the side here. lightning. Oh, okay. Well. So this is a really nice spot right here. Alright, let's see what lightning we can get here. This rain shaft, it's weakened a tad, but it's coming right at us. 1 inch hail on this storm marked. So it got severe warning both for wind and hail. Huh. That was a good bolt. It's actually a bit of, might be a bit of, keeping an eye on that southwest corner. I don't know if we're going to be able to see anything through the rain shaft, but it's definitely got an interesting look to it. The storm is splitting too. I'm just going to look at a few while this goes, I'm going to look at a few parameters or observations on this storm. Interesting, okay. So not likely, but one of the things I noticed is on mesoscale analysis that they've increased the parameters for, in this area just south of here, for non-supercellular tornadoes, so like land spouts. So this is one of those scenarios where, like, as you get the low level jet kicking in, you get hold on. That was nice thunder. Just like, and then geographical influences, you can get spin ups that can happen really fast. Generally not very strong. Yeah, not lightning intensifying though. For those of you just joining too, thank you so much. We just drove through a large microburst west of Tucson, South Tucson, and had to end the stream because of search and rescue, but there was strong localized flooding. I posted on my Twitter an image of the water rushing on both sides of the road. The road ahead was washed out. So, you know, not condition. Oh, that was good. I hope you caught that one. Let me know. You'll know. If you know, you know. So this cell is more or less split. super interesting. I'm gonna get a better view. It's a residential residential zone over here. I can pull into. Just face outward. I don't think anyone's gonna be on the road today. Anyone watching football? Watching football at the game, streaming my stream. Alright, here's what we can do. I'm going to park here and just turn out my lights for a minute. Roll down my window. We're in a great position for this thing to hit us. If it does, it's barely moving. Keep it dark just so the storm doesn't have a ton of lightning like last night or 2 nights ago. But definitely some pretty bolts coming out of it. Hope you got that one. I probably won't be streaming much longer, but I will, oh, sorry. I'm gonna angle the camera so you can get some good lightning. It's gonna be dark for a minute. I just want to say too, thank you to everyone who stuck with me throughout the day today, throughout all of the technical issues, and then, you know, we got to experience some really cool things today. The Dust Devil, just beautiful desert monsoon, a tour of Saguaro, or the outskirts of Saguaro, and that epic microbursts. And I also just want to say thank you for your patience and stopping the stream. Next time I'll just make sure I have a please hold button or something like that. But you know, still learning. And turn off my wipers for a bit. Hey, South Central Alaska WX. And Oklahoma football team. You hope Michigan wins? I know a lot of chasers who are at the game, probably enjoying the excesses of the game right now, who are Michigan fans. I think the lightning is starting to die down. I'm gonna look to see if we can get a better view. Yeah, lightning has definitely taken a nosedive on this one. The cell to its west, that definitely has stronger lightning on it. However, since everything is so flooded out and I don't have my all-weather tires, I'm not going after that one. Oh, so many dots out and about. Certainly a lot of dots just appeared. Stay here for a minute in case the lightning picks up. I swear at birth, Andy, never to cheer for Michigan. Well, I mean, I'm from Minneapolis, so, you know, I think you can tell, you know, just right away how my allegiances have been since birth. Alaska, sheesh. You know. Yeah, and the Arizona does have some wild lightning. This storm right now is starting to die out, so it's not the best lightning. However, earlier in the stream, they were getting some amazing bolts, and then 2 nights ago, it was just epic. Hopefully we're going to get more monsoon events. And I love tracking the lightning. I really do. We hate the same teams. Yeah, so yeah, I know a lot of photographers out here. It's kind of cool because like I grew up with like Warren Fadley's books, right? Storm Chaser, and he lives out here, so it's cool to see him live streaming in the area. You know, obviously Mike Oblinsky, utterly fantastic. If you don't follow him on Twitter and social media, highly recommend. I think Melanie Metz has come down here and done some really good photography, if I remember, too. She's Minnesota-based, but absolutely amazing photographer. Well, this storm just completely decayed, so let me just take a look at the other one here. Yeah, it's hidden behind mountains, too, so I don't really have a snail's chance of catching up to it. Hey, well, thank you so much. And, you know, I think I'm going to wrap this stream up, too, just because the lightning has died off. I'll turn the camera around. So, I just want to thank you all for staying with me. It's been really fun to chat. Work through some issues. I'm going to keep working on the stream. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. It looks like a quiet couple of days in Arizona, but next week or the week after, there might be an event in the Great Plains that I'll be going out for. And if there's anything in the Gulf that happens in the next couple of weeks, I'll try to be there as well. But first and foremost, I love me my monsoon. Hope we get some more. No worries, Sonia. It's all right. I absolutely just type the wrong stuff all the time, and then I have to correct. It's really frustrating. It's really frustrating on Twitter because it's like delete. So, Sonia, thank you so much. Grifter, good night. Andy, good night. Marcy, oh, Marcy, you just joined again. I'm so sorry. We're signing off because the lightning died, but everything's okay. Search and rescue was fine. I just like shutting off. I'll make sure that we watching Bananas Ball. Well, I'll just make sure next time that rather than kill the stream, I have a waiting room. And I'll put some of my cool tornado footage up for it as well. The Gary tornado, Plevna, Jamestown, the one in White Rock, South Dakota last week are good ones. But yeah, I mean, just make sure that, you take care of yourself tonight and enjoy the rest of the weekend with your family. And taking time to do stuff for yourself, like, I don't know, watching some Chasers feeds. So, all right. You all have a wonderful night. Take care now.